Tonight on Arizona Illustrated, we'll sort out yesterday's election results, and we'll show you new efforts to keep Native American youngsters in school. Last month, a forum on successful strategies in retention of Native American students was held for educators in southern Arizona. Tonight, John McCleary reports on this dropout problem and strategies to reduce it.
Native American students, whether living on or off of a reservation, have the highest dropout rate of any ethnic group. Statistics indicate 35% of these students drop out of school. But Dr. Johnson Baya of the Metropolitan Tucson Commission on Urban Native American Affairs says that is not an accurate picture of the problem.
Those 35% is usually from the high school, but we know that a lot of Indian students drop out in elementary, junior high school. So those we really do not have accurate records with. If we looked at it in terms of those who started in the elementary school and those who actually complete high school, I think the figures would be astounding. I would say more than half.
Dr. Alice Paul, an education professor at the University of Arizona and a member of the Tohono O'odham tribe, points out that this problem is critical to all Native Americans.
It's very serious for Native Americans because if we can't get our children out of junior high and high school and into college, then we lose out in terms of developing leadership in the various career fields, because there are some fields that you have to at least have high school and college education in order to participate in it.
Last Wednesday, while she was dressed in her Halloween costume, I spoke with Native American high school student Dina Blaze about her concerns for the future of Native Americans when so many leave school with little education.
Yeah, it sets a negative influence upon them because nobody's getting educated, and so the culture is more or less dying out. It's not there as, versus black culture or Hispanic cultures. It's not prominent because of that. They don't get educated anymore. And so they don't know. They're not informed on a lot of issues, matters.
Dina says that a lot of Native American parents don't encourage their children to do well or to stay in school.
They go to school knowing that, it doesn't really matter to their parents, and they don't want to stay on campus. They take off. They leave. And even if you have somebody there telling you, it doesn't enforce anything because it's not enforced at home. So it doesn't make a difference to them.
Of course, some Native American students do have an encouraging family environment. Marcos Baltazar is a student who finds significant parental support.
My mom graduated from Tucson High in 1961, I think. And she's been influencing me to come to school. I think I should feel privileged for my parents, both of them, my father and my mother. I don't really see parents really getting involved with their sons or daughters, sitting down, talking to them, making them understand what, if you don't get an education, there's nothing in life, out there for you.
I came through the public school system, and I came through because I had a family that was supportive of education. I had older brothers and sisters who told me that I was going to go to school, woke me up and made sure that I did. And so that it was not so much the system as my family that had that support.
Living on a reservation rather than in an urban area isn't necessarily the answer. Frequently it adds to the difficulties, says Baya.
On the reservation, we are dealing with such a gap. For example, from grandma to the grandkids, because the kid is tied into the TV, and the grandma is trying to raise the traditional mode of a family. So you have those values that are conflicting, and that pulls these young students. So that's where we see a lot of Indian students really lacking direction, lacking, you might call a vision of what they want to do down the road. So it's a complicated thing, but nevertheless, it's something that needs to be addressed.
And the people we spoke with had some suggestions on how to deal with the high Native American student dropout rate.
I think that you would have to go to the grade schools, kindergarten, start from there. Because right now, people that are in high school, they've already been set in their ways. Yeah, they're still young, but they don't have that, those values, to grow up with. And I think it would be a lot better if they were started in, grade school, learning that.
I think getting involved with outside activities, it helps a student do good in school, not because just, you go to school to learn, but, you strive to like do good, to play a sport, or to be in part of something.
We need to focus in at an early age with the basic skills in our Native American so they can function, because they have to find some early successes in their elementary years so that they can carry that with them into the later years.
While these ideas may help stem the flow of Native American students from our schools, the experts say that little has been done to encourage students or implement such programs.
John, many school districts have special programs to try to stem the dropout problem. It's a nationwide problem. Why do we need a special program for the Native American students?
Well, according to Dr. Baya, those programs that exist now don't actually work adequately for the Native American students in most cases. Part of that reason, he divides them into three separate categories, three separate distinct groups. Those are the traditionals. Those are 12% of them represent that group. And they are very significantly involved in their Native American cultural heritage and are really a part of that still.
But that's a very small number.
It is.
12%.
That's 12%. But 67% then are acculturated. They have a foot in both worlds, the dominant society and in their Native American society as well. And then 21% have been assimilated into the dominant culture, and they really are the only ones that are having this need met by the existing dropout programs. So that means 79% of the students really aren't having their needs met through the existing dropout programs.
For their wish list, what needs would they like to see addressed?
Well, one of the things, as they were talking about in the segment, in the story that we did, there is the peer counseling and peer encouragement that they would like to see, so that high school students could go back and tell younger Native American students they've succeeded. There are people out there that really can do this. Additionally, they were looking at the involvement in activities like and I think that Marcos was trying to really say part of the thing would be like student government, really important for Native Americans to become involved in those kinds of things besides sports. And then, of course, as Dr. Baya was trying to tell us, there's a real need for basic skills to be able to be upgraded significantly.
Do they feel that special classes should be established, or do they want to continue with the mainstreaming?
Well, Dr. Baya admits mainstreaming represents a real dilemma for the Native Americans because it's very important in terms of the total culturalization. It's important so that they become a part of the dominant society. At the same time, it can be a hindrance when trying to establish these special needs that he sees in terms of skill building. So resource classes may have to be developed to meet those needs for the younger Native Americans.
Okay. Thanks, John.